What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. Please do consider leaving a like on this video, hitting that notification bell, and then Robin double knee smash attack on that subscribe button to join the community we have building over here. So for today's video, we are going to be talking about Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which was... Listen, sometimes when you see certain games get reviews, you want to give it a chance and things like that. But when you hear too much about a game, you're getting, 4 out of 10s and terrible Metacritic scores, and everyone kind of complaining about the game, even from the trailers we first saw. Where there's smoke, there's fire, right? Like there's no debate about what's really going on when it comes to certain things. And I didn't try this game when it first came out. It was one of my most anticipated games of last year. But then when the reviews came out and they were so bad, I was just like, I can't even try. But I did get it for free through Prime Gaming. And then also, I think they lowered the price down to like $2 not that long ago, which just kind of shows you the state of the game. And unfortunately, where Rocksteady is. So that's what we're going to talk about today. My experience with the game, what I think about it, and kind of the future of some of these, superhero video games, Rocksteady as a whole, WB games, everything like that. So, like I said, hit all the buttons, subscribe, everything, and let's get right into it. So, one of the really sad things we're seeing nowadays, and it comes to the gaming industry, is where these known, renowned single player studios are kind of trying to do the live service slash like multiplayer thing and get out of what they're known for and just not do it very well at all. Rocksteady is the company and the studio that gave us what is considered one of the greatest trilogies ever in gaming, not even just, superhero comics, but one of the best trilogies ever with the Arkham trilogy. We had Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and then Arkham Knight, which were all very highly touted. And then you try to kind of shift over to this. It is a single player game, but it's just built around a live service like skeleton around it. Everything about it is live service, from the squads, the points popping up, the loadouts, the skins, everything. And they just strayed way too far away from what they were known for. And the first company that came to mind when I saw this was BioWare, because we're seeing where BioWare is after delivering, great games like KOTOR and Dragon Age and Mass Effect, and then they dropped Anthem, a few years ago, which was this live service game kind of trying to compete with Destiny, I guess, and it didn't hit with fans, and it sucks because, everybody knows what BioWare was known for, these single player RPGs, and they just kind of tried to go with the trends, and it just did not work at all. And unfortunately, the other thing that happens with, these type of pivots and things like that is people leaving the team because they don't want to be, dealing with that kind of thing. So then even if the team tries to do something single player, like we've seen with Dragon Age: The Veilguard, it just was nowhere near what the original Dragon Age was. Like, it was too, as people were saying, Disney or Pixar with the animation and the lights, and then the, of course, the pronouns and stuff like that people was getting mad at. But just, they weren't even doing that right. Like, BioWare is known to be making progressive games, but it always made sense. When you start being progressive just for the sake of being progressive or saying you're being progressive, then it kind of shows like in your gaming. It's like the gaming comes second and not towards, what actually the game should be standing for. So when I was playing Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, the first part was, okay, they put you through a tutorial. You kind of get to try all 4 characters out. So you get to play with Deadshot, Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, and then King Shark, and they all have their own different ways of traversing, as well as their weaponry and things like that. Deadshot uses a jetpack, who I played mostly with. King Shark has kind of he uses his God of the Sea powers to kind of like elevate and then slam down. Harley Quinn has a glider, and then King Boomerang uses the Speed Force a little bit with his boomerang to kind of zap over or sprint over to wherever he throws a boomerang. So, it was cool giving him some type of differentiation. But again, like a lot of people pointed out when we first got our first look at the gameplay trailer, is just like, bro, this game, like, what is this? It was, when I was playing it, it just got into this constant loop of, okay, here's a cutscene, gonna be a bunch of corny jokes. Then now we're flying over, okay, kill all the enemies in the area, and like Brainiac is taking over everybody, and you got to kill the Justice League literally as it sounds. And you're just like thrown into, I mean, that's kind of how Suicide Squad is, right? Like Amanda Waller grabs you, says, "Hey, go do this crazy mission that doesn't really make sense," and then keep it moving from there. But again, the loop of, okay, run into random Justice League member. Okay, now kill all the enemies around. Shoot these vehicles that have random Brainiac like tumors on them, and then keep going from there. And it just got so repetitive over and over and over. And not saying I didn't finish the game, like I'll let that be known right now, I definitely didn't. I played through like the first 2 chapters, and I just, man, the game is not fun. Like, it's not even enjoyable. Like, that's the worst part about it. I can get when you could say it's fair or unfair to say that games aren't living up to the expectations that you put on it, even though I do think some of that is warranted when you come from a certain studio. But man, even what they tried to do is like, I can't tell if they didn't want to commit to a live service game, but they also didn't want to make it single player only. So you get this game where it's clearly a single player story, but all the elements surrounding it are live service or online multiplayer. And then speaking of that, obviously the player count was so low. I tried to join, you do like a matchmaking, and it's like, okay, you can't just hop into anybody's chapter. You have to both be either, at this point in the game, which I was only on, the 2nd chapter. So I didn't expect nobody to be there, but no one joined my game. I couldn't join anybody's. I mean, the Steam player counts, I played on it through the Epic Game Store, but I'm sure there was crossplay. Yeah, I had crossplay enabled, and I just couldn't get with anyone. I know the Steam player count wasn't that high or whatever, but it's like I couldn't match with anybody, not a single person to try and play through this. But to be honest, I didn't even want to play it anymore. Like, I'm not trying to be a super Debbie Downer, but I'm just letting you know this game got all the hell that it got, like, was very warranted. I think it looks good, like, visually, but WB Games and Rocksteady in particular, like, this isn't just towards Rocksteady. I know everyone's talking about Arkham games and where they were with that. Even Mortal Kombat's kind of coming under fire a little bit. Apparently they weren't prioritizing Hogwarts Legacy, even though that was the best-selling game 2 years ago, but now they're trying to pivot back to it. We got people leaving the company and things like that, again, kicked out the door essentially. And I think this is how it goes. Like, you have to put out good product. I'm playing the game and I'm seeing just million numbers popping up, kill these enemies, okay, move over to the next one. The little challenges of do a counter and then kill somebody and then go on to the next. It was not pulling me in at all. Like, the gameplay loop itself, whether the story of a game is bad, the graphics, whatever, if the gameplay is bad, there's no saving it, because that is the main point of the game as you're playing. And I just, like I said, the only good things I can say is, like, yeah, sure, the shooting and stuff feels good. The visuals are really good, but just the loop itself was just not enjoyable at all. Like, not anywhere in the least. I've owned Arkham Knight for a while now, and I recently got the trilogy on Steam for, I think they were selling for like $2. So if that's still up there, definitely check out the Arkham trilogy on Steam and get it on sale, because these games are just, like, as I said before, just highly touted, really great games. And to see where Rocksteady is with this, and we know a lot of people from Rocksteady left to start their own studio, and hopefully, all the best of luck to them, because we've seen other people leave. I think it was like BioWare and other companies, and it doesn't always pan out going independent. You need a lot of funding and things like that, and that just sucks. But DC as a whole, James Gunn tried to reorganize and figure out the movie and TV animation, all that, pull that universe together. Hopefully they can figure out what to do with the video games, because when I was playing this and I'm just seeing these $5 Deathstroke skins and all this other stuff, it's a shame. It's a shame what happens to some of these games. But those are my thoughts, man. This game was, I'll be honest, I'll let Shady tell you what it was.
His ass, right? Can I say on TV? Because he is ass.
And again, in case you didn't get it, I'm gonna let Joe Budden tell you what it was as well.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
But that's it. Those are my thoughts. Again, I couldn't play this game longer than the 2 chapters that it was. It just was repetitive. It doesn't know what it wants to be. I don't know what they were trying to do with this game, unfortunately, but definitely avoid it at all costs. Hopefully Rocksteady can figure it out and we'll get back to great single player games. But again, I'm not against live service altogether. I'm not against multiplayer altogether, but games have to decide what they want to be. And if you're going to do that, commit to it and then do it well. But that's all I got. Y'all let me know in the comment section below. Have you tried this game? Are you going to? Again, I said it was free or $1 or $2. So hey, I'm not saying I would recommend it, but if you just want to try it out, it ain't going to cost you that much. So y'all let me know in the comment section below. Again, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you have not already, and I'll catch you on the next one.